All right, y'all. March Madness time. Folks are filling out brackets, but do you care about the players on the court and graduating? That's the real question. Well, of course, every year a report comes out when it comes to the graduation rates, and that report has been released. For the first time in 6 years, graduation rates for black men have gone down from 75% in 2016 to 74% in 2017, while the white counterparts have remained at 93%. But according to a study from the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports at the University of Central Florida, we should be concerned about this slight decrease because it reverses a positive trend. Joining us by phone from Orlando is one of the researchers for the Academic Progress Graduation Success Rate Study, Destini Orr. Destini, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Joining us on FaceTime, Boston Globe columnist and contributor to the Undefeated, Derrick Jackson. Destini, I'll start with you. And so, how long have you been doing? Richard Lapchick has been doing this study, the graduation rates.
So recently, I just joined the team. I'm a current DeVos student. But Dr. Lapchick has been doing this study since about 2004. We've been doing multiple studies when it comes to things of this nature. And
what time frame are you studying in terms of the years? Is it a graduating in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? How do you arrive at your number?
Okay, so this study is conformed of graduating within 5 years as far as the graduation success rate. The one and done factor is not considered in this portion of the study. Those students are not including the findings if they leave in good academic standing. We collect statistics from the NCAA, which consists of the graduation success rate and the academic progress rate. Then get the overall graduation success rate percentages, and we calculate all averages for each category.
And who's at the top in terms of graduation rates of black players, and who's at the bottom?
So who's at the top as far as the 100% graduation rate?
Yes.
So for 100% graduation rate for the men's team, we have Butler University, we have Creighton University, Duke University, Kansas State University, Middle Tennessee State University.
And the bottom, and let's say, what are the bottom 5 schools?
The bottom 5 schools, we have Florida Gulf Coast University, Michigan State University, Northern Kentucky University, Oklahoma State University. Yes, those are the bottom. Also, University of Nevada, Reno.
Derrick Jackson, I want to go to you. And when you look at those numbers, I mean, we've been looking at these numbers for years. I mean, that says a lot because, again, these schools are banking on these black athletes when it comes to making money to get into March Madness, but they're not ensuring they're graduating.
Well, you know, Roland, what's really interesting, I've been actually following this for 21 years at the Boston Globe. I call it the Graduation Gap Bowl during football season, and then I do it for the March Madness brackets as well. I think actually, Roland, there's actually 2 stories. The first story is actually the graduation rates on a long-term scale have actually increased dramatically. And in fact, this year, if you take the number 1 and 2 seeds in women's and men's and compare them, the men actually compare very favorably to the women, with 5 of the men's teams in the top 2 brackets, in the top 2 seeds, actually having 100% graduation rates across the board. So on that long-term scale, many people, the Knight Commission on Intercollegiate Athletics, other writers such as myself, we've been campaigning a long time. So to some degree, there has been a major response. Now, the funny thing is, it's a little bit of be careful what you ask for, because what has also happened parallel, and I wrote about this in the Undefeated during the football bowl season, is that the investment in these athletes to play and to graduate now far exceeds beyond quantum levels beyond yesteryear. The spending on these athletes is wildly, in my view, out of control. So, for instance, these athletes actually should be graduating, given that. In the case of Kansas spends $21,000 per student. They spend $184,000 per athlete. Arizona spends $17,000 per student, and they spend $210,000 per athlete. So I think we've got we have two major stories. Overall, the black males on basketball teams and football teams actually are graduating on a general level at higher rates than average black students. And of course, now it raises the double-edged sword of if universities can invest in athletes, why cannot they invest in regular students?
Destini, real quick here, and I think also one of the things that has helped this is frankly by schools being penalized by not being allowed to go into March Madness if their overall score is too low.
Yes. So the result of these things, some schools are taking risks on admitting students who are not level of traditional students being accepted onto campus. Unless the university provides programs to base students up to academic standards for the normal admitted student, then you're almost guaranteed for these types of results. But setting the standard above, I actually think what said Dr. Labchick, we think we should actually NCAA should raise the standards to 60% rather than 50%, because 78% of the men's teams and 97% of the women's teams currently meet the 50% standard.
All right, then. Destini, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Derrick Jackson, thanks a lot as well. A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh, my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.